Hello everyone, welcome back to our monthly newsletter video for November, and we have some very big updates to share this month with you. So the first one I figured we could start off with is that in October, we had our largest donations on record. So we had people who donated $1,000, $2,500, $4,300, as well as two historic donations, the biggest ones we've had, of $60,000 and $120,000. And it really just continues, it amazes me like how generous people are and how there's people out there who want to support this project. And really, I mean, again, all of you donors and supporters have helped to make this possible. You've made the research we've done a reality and bringing this goal closer to the public and to men like yourselves who, want to have a whole body again. And for those of you who might be interested in contributing, and actually, most of these donations were, in fact, with cryptocurrency. We also have a short little article talking about some of the tax benefits for those donations. So if you're interested, you might want to check that out. Because with those donations, that's actually brought us to over $1 million raised to date that has supported the research and brought us where we are. And we do want to plan to have a little bit of a kind of a special event as a celebration. And we'll be putting some more details out there about that as time goes on. That's something we do want to do relatively soon, though, just as a little bit of a, like I said, celebration to kind of mark that milestone. And on top of the good news on the donations front, we also have more encouraging news from Dr. Palumbo. And she actually, at least from her initial observations in the lab, when she was there, the first phase of animal trials were a success. So we're still also waiting on, the histological analysis, which is basically confirming it on a cellular level just to make sure. But we're happy to see that at least from her observations in the lab, it looks like the first part of the animal trials was a success. And continuing with our research, we actually talked to histologics recently, and they're live with the histology study now, and they're working on some of the immunohistochemistry assay optimizations, or basically the tests they're going to be using to look at the different structures and cell types in the foreskin and quantifying some of those. And I actually talked with them more recently this past week, and from what I understand, they actually have 4 out of 7 of those done. So they're making very good progress on that front, and we'll be able to, of course, share more updates with you as we get them from Histologics. And if you're interested, we also have a kind of a podcast-style discussion linked here that we publish on our YouTube channel, which is just kind of a discussion between me and then also some of other Foregen staff kind of about a histology study and really what the purpose of this is, why we're doing it, and why it's important, both for our work, but then also just for the community in general, and having this information updated in a much more recent study. So check that out if you're interested. We have it linked there. And we also actually have our Chief Science Officer, Eric Cunningham. He also sat down with a certified sex educator as well as an adult entertainer, Ellie Stenger, on her podcast, and they also discussed the topics of foreskin circumcision and Foregen's work, of course. And if you want to listen to it, we have that linked there. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or a lot of different platforms if you kind of want to hear the discussion that they had, and potentially maybe even share it with your friends or people if they want to have kind of a discussion that focuses on those topics and kind of goes in a little more depth on that. As usual, we also have our new donors who signed up. We actually had almost 30 new people who signed up for recurring donations, which obviously is very helpful. It's almost $700 for the month that we got. And, every single person who contributes, whatever it is, that's made the work possible, right? We have such an amazing community and supporters who come together on this. And, obviously I speak for myself and everyone at Foregen, and our thanks goes to you to make this work possible and to make this mission, to make it a reality one day, and to bring bodily integrity to any man who wants it anywhere in the world. So that's pretty much it from us for this month, and we'll see you next time.